Welcome back to Dinar Community Channel. In a development that will undoubtedly go down as one of the most historic moments in Iraq's modern economic history, Prime Minister Muhammad Shia al-Sudani has taken to the national stage with an urgent, late-night address confirming the official sealing of the long-awaited Iraqi Dinar IQD revaluation. This announcement, years in the making and decades anticipated, signals not just a major shift for Iraq's economy, but a transformative moment for its role on the global financial stage. This emergency address was not an ordinary political speech. It was a direct and unequivocal confirmation that Iraq has crossed the threshold from planning and speculation into irreversible action. For many who have tracked the dinar's journey from its post-war lows, this was the moment they have been waiting for, the instant where potential became reality and where the economic aspirations of millions became tangible. A speech that stopped the nation. The Prime Minister's address was deliberately timed in the late evening, a symbolic move to ensure maximum attention from both domestic citizens and international stakeholders. By the time Sudani appeared on screen, Iraq's financial institutions, global currency traders, and banking systems across the world were already in heightened alert mode. Reports suggest that banking systems had been preparing all day for a coordinated rate shift, but no official confirmation had been given until Sudani's words. His tone was firm but measured. "Today, we stand at the beginning of a new chapter for Iraq," he began. "Our nation has reclaimed its rightful position in the global economy. The Iraqi dinar is now valued at a level that reflects the strength, potential, and sovereignty of our nation." While Sudani's exact figures were carefully worded, insiders and economic analysts confirmed that the new international exchange rate has been locked and is now visible on key interbank platforms. This official sealing of the revaluation ends years of debate, speculation, and uncertainty. From speculation to reality. For nearly 2 decades, the possibility of a major IQD revaluation has been the subject of heated debates among economists, investors, and ordinary Iraqi citizens. Since the early 2000s, when the Iraqi dinar suffered from massive devaluation during the post-invasion economic collapse, hopes for a return to pre-war values have been met with both optimism and skepticism. International investors, particularly those in the Iraqi diaspora and currency speculation communities, have spent years analyzing every political announcement, budget adjustment, and central bank directive for signs of an impending rate change. While there have been multiple false starts over the years, Sudani's emergency address marks the first time in modern history that Iraq's top leader has gone on record confirming the full activation of the IQD's new valuation. The path to this moment. The journey to this revaluation has been anything but simple. Over the past few years, Iraq has made a series of calculated moves aimed at stabilizing its economy, increasing its foreign currency reserves, and strengthening its global trade partnerships. 1. Economic stabilization policies. The Central Bank of Iraq (CBI) has worked relentlessly to control inflation, regulate currency auctions, and clamp down on illegal dollar smuggling, all in an effort to strengthen the dinar's foundation. 2. Oil revenue diversification. With Iraq's oil sector generating billions annually, Sudani's administration prioritized using a portion of oil revenues to build foreign reserves, ensuring the country could support a higher currency valuation without triggering economic instability. 3. Banking sector modernization. The introduction of digital banking systems, international SWIFT compatibility, and enhanced anti-money laundering protocols positioned Iraq as a more credible global financial player. 4. Political stability efforts. While Iraq has faced political turbulence, Sudani's government has managed to secure relative stability over the past year, enough to reassure global markets that Iraq's economy could sustain a revaluation. These steps, combined with behind-the-scenes agreements with international financial bodies, pave the way for the move that is now official. What Sudani's words really mean. While many celebrated Sudani's announcement, economists have been quick to unpack the deeper meaning. His statement was not just about currency, it was about sovereignty, independence, and Iraq's strategic return to economic relevance. By sealing the IQD's new value, Iraq is effectively breaking away from decades of financial marginalization. The dinar will no longer be relegated to the sidelines as a low-value note used primarily in domestic cash transactions. Instead, it will once again serve as a legitimate, tradable currency in international markets, opening new doors for trade agreements, investment, and financial partnerships. The new IQD rate, What we know. While Sudani did not announce the precise rate during his televised address, credible sources from the financial sector confirm that the IQD is now reflecting a multi-dollar valuation on international screens. Early reports from banking insiders place the rate in the range of $4 to $7 USD per dinar, depending on the trading platform and the specific contractual arrangements involved in redemption. This means that for those holding substantial amounts of IQD, the financial implications are staggering. A single 25,000 dinar note, which could previously be purchased for less than $25 USD, could now be worth well into six figures. Global repercussions. Sudani's announcement has already sent shockwaves through global currency markets. Major financial news outlets are reporting spikes in trading activity, with forex platforms experiencing higher than average traffic. Some international banks have placed temporary holds on IQD transactions until internal systems are updated with the new rates. For countries with strong trade ties to Iraq, particularly those in the Middle East and Asia, this revaluation means renegotiating certain contracts, adjusting import-export valuations, and preparing for an influx of Iraqi purchasing power. Domestic reactions, a surge of national pride. Inside Iraq, the mood is electric. Social media platforms exploded within minutes of Sudani's announcement, with hashtags like #NewIQD, #IraqRises, and #Sudani speech trending across the country. In Baghdad, Basra, Erbil, and other major cities, celebrations broke out in public squares, with many Iraqis expressing relief that the years of financial hardship may finally be behind them. For Iraqi citizens, the revaluation is not just a number on a screen, it's a symbol of restored dignity. Many have endured years of low wages, high prices for imported goods, and limited access to international markets. Now, with a stronger currency, purchasing power within Iraq is expected to improve dramatically. The exchange process. As news spreads, one of the biggest questions on everyone's mind is, how will the exchange process work? Banking sources confirm that Iraq's financial institutions have prepared a structured, phased rollout to prevent economic shock. 1. Domestic phase. Iraqi citizens will have first access to exchange older notes at new rates, with banks ensuring liquidity through both cash payouts and digital account credits. 2. International phase. Approved global banking partners will begin processing IQD exchanges for foreign holders, using structured appointments to prevent overwhelming the system. 3. Contract rates and special arrangements. Certain private and institutional investors with pre-negotiated contracts may have access to slightly different rates, depending on their agreements with the central bank and Iraq's Ministry of Finance. This structured approach is designed to ensure the revaluation benefits Iraq's economy without destabilizing currency markets. Warnings about scams and fraud. With the confirmation of the revaluation, fraud risks are expected to spike. Already, fake exchange agents and unofficial brokers are attempting to lure currency holders with promises of faster payouts or higher rates. Sudani addressed this directly in his speech, urging citizens and investors alike to work only with authorized banks and exchange centers, and warning that any fraudulent activities would be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Financial experts stress that holders should avoid rushing into unverified exchange offers and instead wait for official banking guidance. The IMF and international oversight. One of the most interesting details surrounding this revaluation is the role of international organizations like the International Monetary Fund (IMF). According to reliable sources, the IMF has been closely monitoring Iraq's progress toward revaluation for years, offering both technical support and policy guidance. This oversight helped ensure that Iraq's currency reform would not only be successful in the short term but sustainable in the long term. By adhering to international best practices, Iraq is positioning itself as a serious player in global finance. A turning point for the Middle East. The impact of Iraq's currency revaluation extends beyond its borders. For the Middle East as a whole, a stronger Iraqi economy could serve as a stabilizing force. Neighboring countries stand to benefit from increased trade, stronger regional markets, and greater cooperation in infrastructure and energy projects. Some analysts believe this move could even encourage other regional currencies to strengthen, potentially sparking a new wave of economic competitiveness in the Gulf and Levant regions. The road ahead, challenges and opportunities. While the revaluation is a monumental achievement, Iraq's journey is far from over. Sustaining a high-value currency requires disciplined fiscal policy, ongoing anti-corruption measures, and continued investment in infrastructure and industry. Sudani acknowledged this reality in his address, stating, "This is not the end of our journey, but the beginning. The strength of our currency must be matched by the strength of our governance, our economy, and our unity as a nation. If Iraq can maintain political stability, curb corruption, and continue diversifying its economy, the benefits of this revaluation could be felt for generations." Investor sentiment, the ripple effect. Among global investors, sentiment is overwhelmingly positive. Currency traders who have held IQD for years are now looking at life-changing returns. International businesses with interests in Iraq are reassessing expansion plans, while financial analysts are already updating long-term forecasts for the region. Some hedge funds are reportedly increasing their exposure to other undervalued currencies, hoping to replicate the kind of windfall now being realized in Iraq. Conclusion: the day Iraq changed its future. Sudani's emergency address will be remembered as the moment Iraq turned the page on decades of economic struggle. The sealing of the IQD revaluation is more than a financial event, it's a declaration to the world that Iraq is ready to reclaim its economic sovereignty and play a leading role in global trade. For the Iraqi people, it marks the start of a new era, one where their currency, their economy, and their national pride stand restored. For global markets, it's a reminder that in the world of finance, historic change can arrive in a single speech. And on this night, under the leadership of Muhammad Shia al-Sudani, Iraq took that bold step into the future, forever altering the value of its money, and perhaps even the course of its history. Like and subscribe for more videos.